Our job is to report the news, not fabricate it. That's the government's job.
Now, you all know it's Remembrance Sunday today, and people have gone down to remember the veterans, despite the government telling them they're not allowed to honour our fallen heroes, something that they obviously have no right to do and should actually be punished for having the audacity to disrespect our soldiers by saying we cannot pay our respects to them in the traditional way. Naturally, this government and low-life tosspot Sadiq Khan sent the police down there to meet anyone wanting to honour their fallen brothers. A piper was walking along the police line where he turns to face the police officers before being shoved backwards in what is a disgusting use of force against someone holding a large musical instrument, meaning that they cannot use their arms to gain balance, forcing him to land on his back. Yes, an argument could be made that he shouldn't have walked towards the police officer, but at the end of the day, this low-life scumbag officer should be sacked instantly. Any officer that attacks a member of the public like that for any reason does not have the consent of the British people to wear the uniform, and the police will do well to remember they serve us by fucking consent. Especially when you consider before they were bending the knee to BLM and running away from them, yet here they stand and shove our veterans about the place. This is the sort of shit that will turn people against the old bill, and they will need us when BLM come back, let me tell you. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again now, when BLM actually come for them, I will watch and fucking laugh as the BBC call them mostly peaceful despite putting dozens of officers in the hospital. In my youth I've had my run-ins with the law, but there was always respect for the officer doing the job. That is no more. I am seeing far too many officers now doing this shit for it to be isolated. The Met and other police forces really need to remember they don't want to start something there is not enough of them to finish. One day they will do this shit to someone and the response could be beyond what they can control. Let's hope they sort their fucking lives out before then, because sentiment towards them is changing among those who would normally defend them. A few months ago, my viewers and the public I noticed supported the police against BLM. With all the kneeling and two-tier bullshit we have seen this year, their support is vanishing. Next time, public outcry might not contain enough voices to stop Marxist scum like BLM and Antifa defunding the politically motivated woke joke that we call British police. They don't mind coming down hard on the working class, but when it comes to grooming gangs or BLM, they bend over fucking backwards to cover it all up and make out like it was less than it was. In my opinion, just as bad as the government and Labour at this point, and no more useful to the British people in any way, shape or form if it continues. Now, of course, an argument can be made, as I said earlier, that the piper should not have walked towards the copper, as you will see in the clip in a moment, but that does not excuse his violent response to someone who was no threat to him. That is how scum acts, in my opinion. But here, watch the clip for yourself, captured by YouTuber Subject Access earlier today. I will link his channel down below as always.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors, slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires, and that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going, and we are glad to be going. We're off.